Today we shall discuss about chapter 6, another very beautiful, very useful and important chapter for every devotee. The title is Love and Cooperation. At the starting line of the chapter, the author gave the example of Prachin Burhi. Prachin Burhi was a great king. We have heard the name of Prachin Burhi in Srimad Bhagavatam. He is so famous in Srimad Bhagavatam. He was famous because of his great sons. He had 10 great sons named the Prachetas. All the 10 sons were called as Pracheta. Common name to every son. Name is common, their purpose was common, their heart also was common. So united, so loving attitude to each other, and nice cooperation between each other. So the 10 Prachetas, they're very famous in Srimad Bhagavatam, and so is their father Prachin Barhi. However, when the Prachetas grown their age to uh, marriageable age, then their father Prachin Barhi, he called his sons and asked them to marry a girl and produce nice progeny. Prachetas, they were very much obedient to their father. So they accepted the words of their father with heart and soul. They accepted this instruction very seriously. In our case, when our parent instruct us to get married, what do? We just search for a lady by newspaper advertisement or by some way. We used to search for a lady and then marry her. But Procheta did not do it. Then what did they do? They decided for performing some austerity before getting married. So marriage is a very great responsibility. And for taking that heavy responsibility, we should have acquired enough qualification. Otherwise, the marriage may lead to the divorce. What is going on today? So the lesson is before getting married, we should have required qualification. And for achieving the required qualification, we should perform some austerity. And we should try to be blessed by Gurudev or Vaishnav or God. So the Prachetas, accepting their father's word, they come out from their home, from their comfort zone, and they try to search for a place, for a calm and quiet place where they will start their austerity. So they started to search for their desired destination, and ultimately they reached to a serene lake, very calm and quiet, and the place was perfect for their austerity. As the 10 Pachita, they were very serious for executing their father's words. Looking the seriousness and the determination for fulfilling their father's words, Lord Shiva was very much pleased to them. And the surprise was that suddenly the Prachetas, they saw that the lake nearby them, the lake was full of fragrant lotus flowers and varieties of birds, and they also heard vibrations from various drums and other musical sounds, and those sounds pleased their ear very much. They were very much surprised, very much splendid, seeing the nice lake and nice atmosphere. But to their surprise, suddenly Lord Shiva, along with some of his associates, slowly emerged from the water of the lake. Actually, the Prachetas, they were searching for a nice place, and somehow, unknowingly, they reached to the abode of Shiva, that is Kailas. While searching for a nice place, they reached to the Kailas unknowingly. Actually, this is due to their determination. This is due to their respect to their father. Lord Shiva was so happy that actually Lord Shiva guided them for coming to Kailas. Otherwise, is it possible to any general person to reach to Kailas unknowingly? No, that is not possible. So we should conclude that certainly they got the sanction of Lord Shiva for entering his abode. Why Lord Shiva sanctioned? Because of their determination, respect for the austerity. So after emerging from the water, Lord Shiva came to them. And the 10 Prachetas, They are very much surprised to see Lord Shiva in front of them, and they offered their obeisances. They fell down at his lotus feet. So now the situation was like that. Lord Shiva was standing in front of them, and beside Lord Shiva there was some sages, some associates of Lord Shiva, and the 10 prochetas, they fell down at the lotus feet of the Lord Shiva. Seeing their humbleness, seeing their respectful behavior, Lord Shiva became again pleased to them. And Lord Shiva spoke that I wish all good fortune to you. And then Shiva uttered a very beautiful sentence. Lord Shiva told that any person who is surrendered to Lord Krishna is certainly very dear to me. The golden words. Any person who is surrendered to Lord Krishna, they are certainly very dear to me. And Lord Shiva then told to the prochetas that I shall tell you the best prayer. And by chanting that prayer, you can have your highest goal in the life. When Shiva was talking, Lord Prochetas, they were standing with folded hands, and they practically drank every single word of Lord Shiva with a deep attention. That is what we should do. When Gurudev speaks, we should stand with utmost attention and deep humility. Prochetas did that, and Lord Shiva continued to advise them. Lord Shiva again told that, my dear sons of the king, the prayers I have recited to you are meant for pleasing the Lord, Supreme Lord. I advise you to recite these prayers, which are as effective as great austerities, with undivided attention, and will certainly achieve all your desired objectives. Can you imagine what prayer Lord Shiva told to them? This prayer is called what? I have already told the prayer in every Shivaratri. Yes, Subhra Mataji.
This prayer is called Rudra-Grit, Prabhuji.
Yes, this prayer is very famous, Rudra-Git. Lord Shiva told the Rudra-Git to the Prachetas. And Lord, after the advice, the divine advice of Lord Shiva, the Prachetas, they entered the sea water because they saw that Lord Shiva, he was under the sea water of Kailas. And when they were there, just beside the lake, then Lord Shiva emerges from the sea water. So they thought that we should also go down to the sea water, because under the water, the peacefulness, calmness will be increased more, and it will be rather more suitable place to us for chanting Rudra Git Kirtan. So they entered the sea water and they resided there for 10,000 years. Just try to imagine the level of their sincerity and seriousness. They stayed under the sea water for 10,000 years for observing the austerities given by the Lord Shiva, that is, chanting Rudra Git. And why they were performing the austerity? For getting married. Many of us already have married someone, but have you performed any austerity? Forget about 10,000 years austerity. Have we performed 10 days austerity? No. But the Pochitas, they observed austerities for 10,000 years. They meditated the Rudra Gita very deeply because they accepted Lord Shiva as their spiritual master. And actually it was Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru, both are Guru. Lord Shiva, they taught them the beautiful prayer. So Lord Shiva was Shiksha Guru, their master. When they accepted the words of their Shiksha Guru, Lord Shiva, and performed the austerity in the same way Lord Shiva told them, then actually Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu was very much pleased. Lord Vishnu appeared there with his carrier Gorura, and he was surrounded by many demigods, great sages, and many other associates. Ten Prachetas, they were absorbed in their meditation of Rudra Gita Kirtan. They suddenly saw that Lord Vishnu was standing in front of them. They were overwhelmed. They were charmed, seeing the merciful glance and a voice like thunder. Lord Vishnu told the Prachetas, my dear sons, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationship among you. Please hear very attentively. We have reached to the most important portion of this chapter. Why Lord Vishnu was so pleased? Just for observing their austerity? No. Lord Vishnu was very pleased because of their friendly relationship among themselves, their mutual friendship. Prachetas were how many numbers? 10. And they stayed unitedly for 10,000 years. Now just try to imagine it, considering the present situation of Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, it is almost impossible. It has become impossible for two brothers to stay under the same roof for some days or some months. In this Juga, two brothers cannot stay unitedly under the same roof. But 10 Prachetas, they stayed unitedly for 10,000 years. Seeing their unity, seeing their mutual friendship, seeing their mutual cooperation, Lord Vishnu was very pleased. That means Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, they like very much when their devotees stayed unitedly for a long time, when they cooperate each other, and when they live peacefully with each other. Lord Vishnu become very pleased to see these qualities. Now, what shall we do? Shall we live peacefully? Shall we cooperate with each other? Or shall we quarrel with each other? Because this age is time of quarrel. If we want to satisfy Krishna, we must cooperate with each other. This is the key formula to satisfy the Lord. And the Pracheta, they pleased Krishna or Vishnu, and Vishnu told them that you ask me whatever boon you may like. You are so cooperating. You are so united. You are so determined, sincere and serious, dedicated. I am very pleased to see your rare qualities, divine qualities. So I am ready to give you any type of boon you want. In this way, Lord Vishnu told them to ask boon, and they got their desired boon. In the footnote, author wrote here that they did the austerity in complete cooperation and mutual friendship, helping each other by supporting each other. This is the required quality we should possess to progress in our devotional life. No competition, but cooperation. So this topic is very needed topic for today's ISKCON family also. ISKCON is now become so big that this is natural to have some dispute among us, to have some difference in our opinion. But still, if we want to please Lord Krishna, if we want to please Srila Prabhupada, then we should cooperate each other. We should try to be united just like a family. Otherwise, Krishna will not be pleased, and we shall not get the mercy of the Lord. We have to remember that Krishna consciousness is not about I or me. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we learned that phrase aham mameti, I and me. I and me, this is very important for some selfish kurmis, the fruitive workers. They always think about I and me, I and me, I and me. This is selfishness. We are also selfish, but we are perfectly selfish person. Prahlad Maharaj told, Nate vidu sartha goting hi Vishnu. Proper self is to satisfy Vishnu. In that sense, we are selfish. And in that sense, we should be selfish. But aham mameti, it is the selfishness of the kurmis. Should not follow. So it is not about competition, but about cooperation. When we cooperate with each other, then our Gurudev will be pleased, Prabhupada will be pleased, Krishna will be pleased, and we shall have the mercy of all the acharyas. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, verse number 13, Krishna spoke a word, Maitri. Maitra Karuna Evacha. What is the means of Maitra? Friendship, cooperation. Krishna told that if there are friendship, if there are cooperation, then I will be highly pleased. Seeing the friendship and cooperation. And that person will be very dear to me. So if we want to satisfy Krishna, we should adopt the quality of being cooperative, being helpful. So the title is Love and Cooperation, and we shall discuss about love and cooperation throughout the chapter more and more. Because we have to adopt the technique how to love the every living being. Though love is a quality which is inbuilt, but perhaps we forgot how to love. So we have to learn it, how to love every living being. Krishna loves every living being. And if we want to please Krishna, we have to learn how to love every living being, like Krishna. Now, when Prochetas, they were very determined to observe some austerity, by seeing their dedication, determination, seriousness, and sincerity, Gurudev came in front of them. They never tried to find their Guru, but Guru found his students, his disciples. This is another very remarkable idea. When we shall be prepared for taking shelter of a Guru, when we shall be very serious and dedicated, then Krishna will make necessary arrangement for our initiation ceremony. Guru will find us when we shall be prepared enough. Here Lord Shiva appeared, and Lord Shiva actually found Prachetas. And Lord Shiva guided them for chanting Rudra Geet. Lord Shiva himself gave them the mantra for chanting. So the lesson is that just we have to be very determined and very serious. Then every arrangement will be done by the mercy of Krishna. It is said that this huge arrangement in material nature, why it is created? Huge arrangement. Thousands and lakhs of planets are moving. Krishna has created those immense number of planets. He is taking care of all of us. Why? For a single agenda. What is the agenda? Krishna's single agenda is to facilitate us so that we can have Diksha. We can meet with our Gurudev and we can have Diksha. And taking initiation, we can move forward to the spiritual abode, Vaikuntha. So the whole arrangement is created by Krishna for fulfilling this single goal. So Krishna wants us to be prepared for spiritual advancement. And when we shall be enough prepared, then Krishna will make the arrangement for meeting with our Gurudev. And considering our seriousness, considering our honest determination, Krishna will send us Gurudev of that standard. If we are A class, then Gurudev will be A class. If we are B class, Gurudev will be B class. If we are cheater, Gurudev also be great cheater. So considering our standard, Krishna will arrange for Guru having that standard. Krishna never leaves anyone alone. He has sent us many helpers. Many helpers. And which help they are providing with us? Material help as well as spiritual help. When we seek for spiritual help, very seriously, then there will be Gurudev to help us spiritually. Consider about our lives. How we came close to ISKCON. From the very childhood, most of us were not attached with ISKCON. as we took birth in Bengal, so I think most of us were very much attached with some mission. Okay, Krishna mission. Most of us, myself also, we were very much attached with Krishna mission, Sarodama, Vivekananda, and etc. Now, often I wonder how I converted and how I became so close with ISKCON. It is very surprising because all of us used to eat fish and meat, egg also. This is the traditional Bengali food. Who can ignore? From the very childhood, from the rice ceremony, we are very favorable for eating fish and flesh and egg and etc. Every Bengali child, they are grown up eating those fish and meat. And Guru Maharaj told many times that this is a very great difficulty for Bengali to become devotee of Krishna just for their habit of eating fish. Despite this, what was the magic? How we converted? How we reject that habit of eating fish? It is very surprising. Till now, it is like a dream to me. I often think about it, how I converted. I just read Bhagavad Gita. I just went to Mayapur Dham and had darshan of Radha Madhav. Actually, I did not see Radha Madhav, but maybe Radha Madhav saw me or saw us. So Radha Madhav wanted us to be converted. So we had converted. And now we are trying hard to be a Vaishnav, real Vaishnav. Real Vaishnav means they are always cooperating with each other, not competing with each other. There is no word of competition in the dictionary of a Vaishnav. The actual word is cooperation. So these all are arrangement of Krishna. Somehow Krishna felt that we are ready for initiation. So Krishna made some nice arrangement. Krishna brought us to ISKCON. Krishna make the association of devotees available to us. And by associating those devotees, somehow we realized that this is the actual way, this is the actual meaning of life to become Krishna conscious and to serve Krishna with our best effort. So, by the mercy of Krishna, we have had some teachers, spiritual teachers, maybe Diksha Guru, maybe Shiksha Guru, counselor, we met with some proper teachers, bona fide teachers, who guided us properly. Until now, we are trying to move forward with the guidance of our spiritual teachers. But if we accept some improper teacher, non-bona fide teacher, shall we be able to reach our goal? So here an allegorical story is stated. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he used to narrate the story to their disciple. Very important, very useful story. We shall remember the story and we shall preach the story whenever necessary. Prabhupada told about a blind man who was totally blind and who decided to visit his in-laws. He had his in-laws in a neighbor village, some distance from his village. Firstly, he was totally blind. Secondly, he did not know the actual way to reach his in-laws. So he requested his neighbor, who was not blind. He requested that neighbor, please help me to reach my in-laws' house. But his neighbor was very busy. He was a cowherd man and he had many cows to take care. He was very busy, and so he refused his request. After that, that poor blind man, he get dejected and disappointed. Then that cowherd man, he felt pity upon him. He thought like that, alas, he is a blind man. He wanted me to help him, but I am also helpless. I am so busy now. I have many cows to take care. Now, leaving all my duty, all my household duty, how can I help him? But as the poor blind man is very much disappointed, so I am feeling I am feeling very pity to him, and I should help him. How? Then he had a marvelous idea. He told the blind man, I am giving you a guide. I personally will not guide you. It is not possible at that time, but I'll give you a guide. Who was that? A cow. I am giving you my cow. A very nice cow, very humble cow, docile cow and faithful cow, and who knows very well the way to your in-laws' house. So I am giving you the cow as your guide, and what you have to do to simply hold her tail. Simply hold the tail of the cow and follow the cow. The cow will lead to your in-laws' house. So that cowherd man, he made such arrangement. And the poor, uneducated, blind person, actually he had no other way So he had to take this help from the cowherd person, and he holded the tail of the cow and started following the cow. So the cow started to walk, and following the cow, holding the tail of the cow, the blind man started to follow the cow. In this way, he followed the cow for several hours, but he did not reach to his destination. Then the blind person thought that if I lose the tail of the cow, then how shall I reach my in-laws' house? Thinking this, that blind person pressed hard onto the cow's tail. And when he pressed very hard to the cow's tail, the cow started to run very rapidly. But the blind person, she did not wanted to lose the cow. So he hold the tail of the cow even more tightly. The cow is running very rapidly. Blind person was trying to follow her, but it is not possible for a blind person to follow a cow who was actually running very rapidly. It is not possible. So what happened? Within some minutes, the blind person, he lost his balance. He fell down. But still, he was holding the tail of the cow. So the cow dragged him over the rough village road. And there were thorny bushes. The cow started to drag the blind person over the bushes. So there, the clothes of the blind person got torn and he was badly injured. But this is not the end of the story. We have reached just in the midway of the story. And the suffering of the blind person uh, is not ended till now. When this was happening, the cow was running and the cow was dragging the blind person over rough village road and thorny bushes. Then a person who resided there, he saw the fact and he considered it that person is trying to steal the cow. He thought that blind person is a thief, and the blind person came to their village to steal the cow. The cow is trying to get relief from the blind person, the thief, but the thief was holding the tail of the cow very tightly, so the cow did not get relief. When the person thought the fact like this, then he started then he started shouting like, thief, thief, please come all of you and catch the thief. So within some minutes, the person surrounding them, they came there and they caught the blind person and they started beating him very severely. This is the story of the Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. If we choose any unqualified teacher, bona fide guru, what will be our destiny? Our destiny will be just suffering. Our destiny will not be to go beyond suffering, but to enter into suffering. So we took the lesson that a cow cannot be proper guide for a blind person. Nowadays, there are immense of spiritually blind person in every country. Most of the people, they are spiritually blind. They have no any divine vision. They have no proper intelligence. They have no idea who is God, who am I, and what is my duty. They have no Shastra Chaksu. So they are all are actually spiritually blind. They are blind and foolish also, as well. So if the spiritually blind person, he took a guide like a cow, then what will be the destiny? What will be the his fate? His fate will just to enjoy some suffering, some beating, some agony, and some painful realization. In this way, Prabhupada warned us, don't accept any unbona fide guru, and don't be spiritually blind. Then you have to suffer even more. So we have to read the scriptures. We should know what is the symptom of a perfect guru, what is the quality of a guru, and we should accept a bona fide guru only. And what we have already discussed, if we are just very serious in our spiritual progress, then never bothered. Krishna will arrange everything. Just we have seen that in our life, Krishna has arranged everything for our spiritual progress. We came to ISKCON, we read Bhagavad Gita and other scriptures, we got the association of devotees, we got the initiation from a spiritual, bona fide spiritual master. All those have arranged by Krishna. This is the fact. We ourselves have done nothing, but we just became interested about God. We searched about God, and God is within our heart as super soul. When the super soul felt that this particular soul have a determination to know God, to serve God, then the super soul arranged everything. So God is available in every nook and corner of the world. God is available, Krishna consciousness is available everywhere in the world. No one can restrict ourselves from the Krishna consciousness. If we are really serious and dedicated, then never mind. God will certainly arrange for our spiritual journey. And our life is proof for that. Who have arranged for us everything? Krishna arranged it. So as Krishna arranged everything for us, so Krishna will arrange everything for any person in any planet, in any universe, who has just a strong desire to know God and to serve God. What we shall have to do? We shall have to desire it very strongly, very sincerely. I shall know God and I shall serve the God. Then the magic will happen. Every arrangement will be done by Krishna. But we have to alert so that we did not choose a teacher like that cow. We should not be spiritual blind, so that we have to take a teacher like a cow. Now the next topic is meditation to perfection. We have discussed how a spiritual teacher meet with the serious disciple by Krishna's arrangement. So the disciple meet with teacher and teacher meet with disciple. The teacher train the disciple and the disciple get initiation from the teacher, and the spiritual teacher then gives some instructions for the student. Now what the student will do about the instructions of the spiritual master? He may think that those instructions are too tough to abide by. He may think about it. Or he may think that as the spiritual master instructed me those instructions, those orders. So by the mercy of the Gurudev, I shall be able to abide by the instructions. When the student thinks positively that I must abide by it, as my master ordered me, and he started to meditate upon the instruction given by the Gurudev. This is a very great lesson to all of us. Please accept it very seriously. Our spiritual master or our grand spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, they already gave in many number of instructions. Srila Prabhupada already gave many number of instructions. And our Gurudev, Acharya, our counselors, they also already gave many number of instructions. Some instructions are very easy to follow and some may be very hard to follow. What will be our attitude? The instruction which appears to be very tough to us, what should be our attitude to those instructions? We should meditate upon those instructions. positively. And it will make us perfect. Now I am in a state, maybe, that I could not follow the instruction, but I did not reject the instruction also. Every day I am meditating on that instruction and I am seeking strength from my Gurudev so that I can carry out the instruction. When my attitude will be like this, positive attitude, then strength will come, intelligence will come, and all the help will come to execute the Guru's instruction. Okay, so what shall we do for the very hard instruction, tough instructions? We shall meditate positively and pray to the Gurudev. Then strength will come, help will come, and intelligence will come so that we can carry out the instruction. Condition is we should have unflinching faith in Gurudev. This is the condition, required condition. Faith in the word of Gurudev. As my Gurudev told it, I must carry out the order. I may not be able today to carry out it, but one day I shall carry out it. I shall be able one day to carry out the instruction of my Gurudev. In that way, if I have unflinching faith in the words of Gurudev, then help will come. Definitely. Here is two nice examples. One example, it is very common example. All of us are very familiar with that example. An illiterate South Indian Brahman. His Gurudev told him to read Bhagavad Gita daily. But the Brahman, he was illiterate. So, is it possible for an illiterate person to read Bhagavad Gita? Even the illiterate person, even the master degree holder, they cannot read Bhagavad Gita. They are afraid to read Bhagavad Gita, though he is MA or MSc. Then how it will be possible for an illiterate person to read Bhagavad Gita? But that person have unflinching faith to the word of his Gurudev. So he did not reject the instruction, but he used to meditate upon this instruction every day. And he used to go to the nearby Vishnu temple every day. Going there, what he would do? He would sit in the courtyard of the temple and he would hold the book and try to read Bhagavad Gita to the best of his capacity. But he was illiterate. Whatever effort he might give, it was not possible for him to utter a single word. In spite of that, he did not reject the hope. Rather, he meditated every day upon the word of his spiritual master, and he every day used to read Bhagavad Gita. He could not read, but he tried to read every day. He tried to read. He just look on the Bhagavad Gita and tried to read the Bhagavad Gita, and he considered the scene, the chariot of Arjun. Krishna was driving the chariot, and Arjun was the warrior on the chariot. Day by day, he used to go to the Vishnu temple and tried to read Bhagavad Gita to the best of his capacity. And the other Brahman beside him, they used to laugh to see an illiterate person is trying to read Bhagavad Gita. So this funny event was subject to their amusement. The learned Brahman, they used to laugh to see this funny event. But Gurudev was satisfied for his sincere effort. Actually, we can do nothing, but we can put our sincere effort. Just like the person, he put his sincere effort. And what was the final result? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself appeared there. And he saw the effort of that Brahman. And he embraced the Brahman. He bestowed his mercy upon him. So he got the result. He got the embracement of the Supreme Lord. Now just imagine how he was benefited just for meditating upon the instruction of the Gurudev. How reward he got. Can you imagine something better reward than it? Is it possible to see the Lord face to face, to have his embracement, his mercy? Any reward can be better than it? No, it is not possible. So this is the key word for our success. Try to labor hard to follow the instruction. And even in the present condition, maybe it is impossible for me to follow the instruction, but don't reject the instruction. Every day, try to meditate upon it, and one day help will come, and I will have the ability, capacity to follow the instruction. I have to wait for that day, and that day will come if I have unflinching faith on the words of my Gurudev. Another example, very current example is Jamuna Devi Mataji, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Yamuna Mataji. In India, Srila Prabhupada, he was traveling through a train. He was sitting in the berth of a train, and Srila Prabhupada expressed his desire to Jamuna Devi. What was his desire? He wanted to have some hot rice for his lunch prasad. Now, is it possible in a train that any Gurudev will have some fresh hot rice cooked by his disciple? Is it possible? Any train will allow any devotee in the pantry car for cooking some food stuff for his Gurudev? No, it is not possible. But Yamuna Devi Mataji, when he accepted the desire of his Gurudev, she accepted the desire of his Gurudev. She did not thought that it is impossible. She never thought that it was impossible. Rather, he thought that as Srila Prabhupada wanted it, so it will be possible. I have to just try hard and it will be possible by the arrangement of Krishna. So he went to the concerned authority of the train, and she went and she requested the authority that please allow me to cook for my Gurudev. And the authority naturally denied her. That person told that it is impossible. We never allow any person to enter into our pantry car and cook for any other person. If I allow you, then other passenger will also demand for it. So it is not possible. But Yamuna Devi, she did not leave the hope. She argued many times with that person. She wanted to convince him the significance of Srila Prabhupada and the necessity of cooking some hot rice for Srila Prabhupada. But that person continuously rejected the request of Yamuna Devi. Then Yamuna Devi was so determined that she threatened the person that if you don't allow me to enter into pantry car and to cook for my Gurudev, then I will jump from the train. I will jump from the train right now. And I am the citizen of America. So my country will not leave you. You will be punished very severely for my suicide. Then that person was very much afraid of being punished by American government. Actually, it is the indication of the super soul in his heart, and he was agreed to allow Yamuna Devi for cooking rice for Srila Prabhupada. So Yamuna Devi went to the pantry car and she cooked for nice food stuff for Srila Prabhupada and served Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was very happy. What lessons we have got from this incident? Nothing is impossible. If we have faith, then nothing is impossible. Everything will be possible by the arrangement of Krishna. Just we have to have unflinching faith. That's all. Our faith will make impossible possible. Now the question is, we are not so fortunate that our Gurudev instruct some words personally to us, then what instruction shall I follow? His Holiness Radhanath Swami Guru Maharaj, he spoke that consider every instruction of your Gurudev as the personal instruction given to you. Okay, there are many instructions of every Gurudev. Consider every general instructions of your Gurudev as the personal instruction of Gurudev given to you. You consider like this, you will be benefited. And consider the every pandal program of your Gurudev as the 1:1 program of Gurudev with you and Gurudev. Gurudev is giving pandal program, huge pandal program, maybe thousands of people there. But you consider that Gurudev has come here just to instruct me. All other devotees, they are just audience. They are not the subject for my Gurudev. I am the subject. Gurudev came here just to instruct me. So every words of Gurudev in the Pandal program, we shall take it as personal instruction to me. So we should consider a series of instructions of Gurudev. And we should try to follow those instructions. Some instructions we can follow easily, and some instructions we cannot. Those instructions which we cannot follow right now, we have to meditate upon those very strongly with dedication. And that meditation will make us perfect. Meditation will bring perfection. In that way, we will be perfect more and more. And then help will come, mercy will come, intelligence will come to follow that instruction. This is the mystery. A very brilliant teaching we have learned from this chapter. And this is the root of our success. We have to meditate upon some very hard instruction, try our best to follow it, and one day we shall be able to follow it. I have heard that my beloved Guru Maharaj, he became very happy when he saw his disciple is trying to speak in English and any of his disciple is giving English class. So I've heard from my elder God brothers that Guru Maharaj advised his disciples that ISKCON is an English medium school. Try to learn this subject, this foreign language, and try to preach Krishna consciousness throughout the world. If you don't learn the English subject, English language, then how will you preach the Krishna consciousness throughout the world? So to help Srila Prabhupada's mission, try to learn it and try to preach Krishna consciousness. Guru Maharaj wanted it, and every Guru Maharaj wanted his disciple to preach Krishna consciousness throughout the world, because it is the mission of Srila Prabhupada. So I used to meditate upon the desire of my Gurudev, and as I have no qualification, no skill, no knowledge, but still I am meditating upon the instruction of my Gurudev, and when he will be happy, then everything will be arranged very nicely. My Guru Maharaj also instructed me personally to help in the preaching of ISKCON Paniyati temple. So I am just trying to meditate upon that instruction. And one day we will be able to preach Krishna consciousness through the ISKCON Paniyati temple, and the whole neighboring people, all the locality will be submerged one day in the holy water of Krishna consciousness. In that way, we have to consider some instruction given our Gurudev, and every day we should meditate upon the instructions, and one day we will be purified just to meditate upon the instruction, and we will be able to carry out those instructions. This is very, very nice guidance. And this book is very brilliant book, Spiritual Connection. And I am very much I find myself very much lucky that somehow I got the book, and now I am seeing that this book is a masterpiece. Now the next subheading is learn to accommodate. Cooperation, not competition. Spirituality means the ability to accommodate others in the service of our beloved Lord. See, what is the meaning of spirituality? Spirituality means the ability to accommodate others. Actually, the spiritual master, he is accommodating all different kinds of people coming from different backgrounds, different countries, different races, different natures, different cultures. So if the spiritual master can accommodate the disciples from every nook and corner of the world, then why shall not we try to do it? We are the follower of our master, so we should try to accommodate with everyone. We should not fight with each other. Rather, we should try to cooperate with each other. That is the real spiritualism. Here is a beautiful clue. When any father or mother of this world, when they see that their children, they are helping each other and they are residing very peacefully, then father and mother will be very pleased to their children. In that way, when the spiritual master will see that his spiritual sons and daughters, they are living peacefully, they are cooperating each other with love, then the spiritual master will be very pleased. So we shall not fight with each other. We shall not compete with each other. Rather, we shall cooperate with each other. Then only our master will be pleased to us, and then there is some hope of getting some mercy from Gurudev. Disciple who learns to accommodate gets empowerment for taking up more responsibilities. Who has the capacity to accommodate everyone, he will be empowered by the Gurudev for some greater responsibilities. And who will not accommodate, he will not be able to have some more responsibility or some spiritual benefit. So cooperation, not competition. If our spirit is competitive nature, that is the wrong spirit. But if we have cooperative nature, cooperative spirit, that is the right spirit. Competitive spirit means I should push you down in order to standing me up. That is the competition. I shall push you down to make myself stand up. It is competition. But cooperation is totally different from competition. Cooperation means I raise you up to rise myself up. If I try to raise you up, then by the mercy of Krishna, I myself will also rise up. That is the cooperation. We should have the spirit of cooperation, not the spirit of competition. We should try to feel that our success depends on the success of others. That is the cooperative spirit. Our success will depend on the success of others. If we have that spirit, then we will have no enviousness by seeing others' success. Rather, we will be very joyful by seeing others' success, because others' success will lead to my success, and my success will lead to other success. We have to think like that. This is the idea of collective growth, not only individual growth, rather collective growth. And another very nice word, it is written, we should try to become love finders, not fault finders. And two categories are there. One category is fault finder. Fault is there. Every person may have some faults. Then what is the use to find just fault of others? I have many number of faults, and I am very busy to find fault from others. It will have no success. It should not be our real business. So we should be love finders, not fault finders. We should find the love of Krishna within our fellow devotees. So we should be the love finders. And one thing it is stated, the devotees of Lord Krishna, they are spiritual warriors. And we are in the battlefield of Maya. If we cooperate with each other, then we shall defeat the Maya. But if we compete with each other, Maya will defeat us. So there is two ways. Either we shall compete or we shall cooperate. If there is competition, Maya will defeat us. If there is cooperation, we shall defeat Maya. Loving the spiritual family To love the spiritual master means to love his spiritual family also. I love my spiritual master, but I don't love his family. It has no sense. It is nonsensical. If I love spiritual master, I should love the family of spiritual master, greater family, the family of Srila Prabhupada, or the family of ISKCON. If we want to go to Golok Vrindavan, then we have to think like the residents of Golok Vrindavan. Very important. This place is for preparing ourselves to reach to Golok Vrindavan. When we shall be awarded the ticket for Golok Vrindavan, then the concerned person will check us. What is our attitude? What is our thinking? What is our behavior? What is our conduct? And they will match those behavior, those thinking with the residents of Golok Vrindavan. So in this very place, we have to rectify ourselves 100%, so that our thinking will be like the thinking of Golok Vrindavan, residents of Golok Vrindavan, the liberated souls. Our conduct, our behavior, our consciousness will be like the already liberated souls. Then only we shall be awarded the ticket for Golok Vrindavan. So in the Golok Vrindavan, there is no enviousness. Enviousness is for the material world. And if we don't try to leave the enviousness, then there is no chance for going to Golok Vrindavan. And competition, it leads to enviousness. But cooperation, it leads to love. So we have to love finder, we have to be love founder, we have to be prepare ourselves for cooperate with each other, not compete with each other. Look at the person you love the most and try to treat everyone else with the same amount of love. How nice are the words. Everybody, they have some most loving person, maybe mother, maybe father, maybe sister, maybe wife. So we, all of us, there is a person whom I loved most. Now it is saying that try to treat everyone with the same amount of love. Very hard, actually. I may love my mother very much, but how can I share that love with everyone, every person of the world? It is very tough, but not impossible. We have to meditate upon this. Maybe at present time, it is not possible for us to follow the instruction. But if we just meditate upon these instructions, then that meditation will purify us. And it will empower us one day, when we shall be able to love every person. Srila Prabhupada is the example, our best example. He loved the hippie so much that taking the risk of his life at the old age, he went to America. He don't know the hippie, he don't know any person of the America, but still His love for them was so much that even he took the risk of his life. Can we imagine how Srila Prabhupada loved every living beings of the world? Every living beings. Being the follower of that spiritual grandmaster, what shall we do? We shall just meditate upon Srila Prabhupada's love to everyone. Then one day we shall be able to love everyone like Srila Prabhupada. Relieving the master's anxiety. Krishna is the reservoir of blissfulness, but he has also some anxiety. Gurudev also has some anxiety, but that anxiety is not like our anxiety. Our anxiety is for some sense gratification, for some material enjoyment, but Srila Prabhupada's anxiety, Krishna's anxiety is not like that. Their anxiety are for some fallen soul who have forgotten Krishna and who are suffering very much for that reason. Their anxiety are for those forgetful persons, fallen persons. Now, as a disciple, what is our duty? Our duty is not to make the anxiety even more, but to reduce the anxiety. When the when the anxiety of our Gurudev will be reduced, when we shall try to convince the conditioned souls about Krishna consciousness, when we shall try to facilitate the newcomers of Krishna consciousness and love the already practicing members, then the anxiety of Gurudev will be reduced. When Gurudev will see all my sons, all my nephews, all my other cousins, they are living so peacefully. They are encouraging each other. They are cooperating with each other. And also they are expanding their help for the conditioned souls. Then the anxiety of Gurudev will be reduced. As a follower, it is our duty to reduce the anxiety of Gurudev, anxiety of Krishna. But if we fight with each other, if we compete with each other, then anxiety will be more. Anxiety of Gurudev and Krishna will be more. And we will lose the mercy. So we have to remember these words. The society of Vaishnava is society of non-envy. Non-envy. When there is some enviousness, there must not be any Vaishnavism. Vaishnava means non-envy. And to return to the spiritual world is a teamwork, not an individual work. Teamwork. And between what is a teamwork? Teamwork means mutual cooperation. Otherwise, what is the meaning of a team? Team means there must be cooperation. So every devotee should be happy to see others progress. That is the Vaishnavism. I will be happy to see the progress of other devotee. And that devotee will be happy to see the progress of myself. then only our spiritual master will be pleased. He will be satisfied, and his anxiety will be reduced. There is another very nice example of Dhruva Maharaj. We have learned the nice story of Dhruva Maharaj. He was successful in his business. Within just 6 months span of time, Dhruva Maharaj was able to see God face to face. And at a time when an divine aeroplane came for Dhruva Maharaj, within the plane there were two Vaikuntha persons, Vaikuntha Dut. They came to receive Dhruva Maharaj to Vaikuntha. This was the arrangement of Krishna. Krishna wanted Dhruva to go back to Godhead. So Krishna arranged for an aeroplane to Vaikuntha Dut. They came, they welcomed Dhruva Maharaj and invite him to board the plane. And Dhruva Maharaj, what he did do? Dhruva Maharaj worshipped the aeroplane and he worshipped the Vaikuntha Dutas. Then Jomdut was present there. Now see, Dhruva Maharaj was very exalted devotee, and the Jomduta, he was also very exalted devotee. Were there enviousness between them or cooperation? When Jomraj, when Jomraj saw Dhruva Maharaj, and when he came to know the time had come for Dhruva Maharaj to back to Godhead, then Jomraj was so happy. No enviousness was there. Seeing the ultimate success of Dhruva Maharaj, Jomraj was very happy. And he came there to serve Dhruva Maharaj. And Jomraj was searching how can he serve Dhruva Maharaj at that time. Vaikuntha Duta, they invited Dhruva Maharaj to board the plane, but there was no staircase for boarding the plane. So Jomraj thought that this is the opportunity to me to be the staircase for Dhruva Maharaj. So he lowered his head and requested Dhruva Maharaj to put his foot on his head and board the plane. Just see the spirit of cooperative nature. To serve Dhruva Maharaj, even Jomraj lowered his head and requested Dhruva, please put your leg on my head and board the plane. And Dhruva Maharaj accepted the request, and in that way, Dhruva Maharaj boarded the plane and went to the Vaikuntha. So this is the spirit of Krishna consciousness. To cooperate, to serve the other Vaishnava, and to be pleased seeing the success of other Vaishnava, not to be envious. This is the right spirit. Both Yamraj and Dhruva Maharaj were happy to celebrate each other's success in Krishna consciousness. Okay, now there are two questions. One question is, how can we know if the Guru is satisfied with our service? Answer is, if Guru is satisfied, then we will also be very satisfied in our spiritual life. Whatever we offer to somebody, in return, we get back the same thing. Very important. If we offer to somebody some good thing, we will get back some good thing, and vice versa. Second question, if we find it difficult to follow the instructions of spiritual master, what can be done then? Answer is, when the spiritual master would give some instruction, he would empower us to carry out the instruction. What we shall do, to just have unflinching faith to the words of Gurudev. We have already discussed it. So if we have the faith, then whatever difficult may be the instruction, one day we shall be able to carry out the instruction by the mercy of Gurudev. Just we should have unflinching faith and we should try our best. Then Gurudev will empower me to carry out his order or his instruction. Okay. So chapter 6 is completed. 4 chapters are left to complete the course, spiritual connection. Already 60% is over, 40% is left for us. So if you have some question, you may raise your hand. Kanak Kanti Prabhu, please unmute.
Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavad Pranam.
So, you have so beautifully explained the concepts of love and cooperation in connection with spiritual connection. So, actually, there are so many takeaways from your deliberations today. And you told us the story of Prachetas, 10 Prachetas. So, I find that at least there are very important, at least 10 takeaways from your deliberations today. So I have not yet started writing my realization since this scarcity of time, but from your deliberation, so I'll try to meditate upon and try to write the realization from now onwards on this book, Spiritual Connection. And one question just, it is, you have told us the story of 10 Prachetas. So my question is, to which age these Prachetas belong? Do they belong to the age of Satya Yuga? Or what Yuga they belong to? So that is my query.
Yes, they came to the world in Satya Yuga. Okay. Because their time of austerity was of 10,000 years.
Right.
Okay. So it was Satya Yuga.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
And the first line of the chapter, it is like this: when people on earth lived for up to 100,000 years,
Right.
1 lakh years, and the span of life for 1 lakh years was in Satya Yuga, not in any other Yuga.
Okay.
So the fact is of Satya Yuga.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavad
Hare,
Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Shreyasi Mataji, please unmute.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, in one of the kids' class, Shubhra Mataji had emphasized on the fact of healthy competition. But Prabhuji, you said that competition was not supposed to be done. So I was asking that what is actually, I'm very confused about it.
Actually, healthy competition means the spirit of cooperativeness. Competition and cooperation, those two words are very nearer. Okay. Even in Vaikuntha, there are competition to serve Krishna between the gopis, but in cooperative spirit. They are trying to serve Krishna more and more, and they are trying others so that they can also serve Krishna more and more. This competition is not based on personal benefit. This healthy competition based on how to serve Krishna more and more, for me and for others also. So competition may be of several types. The mundane competition, those are based on some personal benefit, personal sense gratification, personal gain, and the result is very bad. But the healthy competition or divine competition, there is no enviousness, there should be no enviousness, no personal gain, no sense gratification, just to please Krishna more and more. Okay. Just like in ISKCON, there are many temples, and for every temple, there is a scorebook for Gita Jayanti, Bhadra Purnima. And when the Gita Jayanti started, then every temple wants to score more and more. It is competition, but this competition is not any personal, not for personal benefit. This competition is to please Srila Prabhupada more and more. Every temple, they are competing in healthy manner to please Prabhupada. And they are also helping other temple to distribute the books. So competition and cooperation, both are present in their mind. That may be allowed. But if the competition is based on enviousness, on personal benefit, it is very detrimental. It will not be allowed for devotee. Okay. So now we shall chant for Vaishnava Pranam mantra and end the session. Mancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindubhya evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री प्रभु।